Last time on the Lost Crown.
Tell me, you say you know all here. We're in search of soldiers like us. Our prince is being led by a general. Have you seen anyone like that?
A prince? There hasn't been a prince here in so long. I've only seen you. Well, if you've lost your friend in Mount Qaf, then you're going to need an Eye of the Wanderer.
What's that?
It's a very rare, very ancient thing. Here, for you.
Anahita was here. She's taking Ghassan to the Simorg Gate.
Then Artaban may be right about her wanting the throne. That thing above us. What is it?
I'm not sure. But to get to Ghassan and Anahita, we must destroy it.
From this distance, that's not possible for either of us. Maybe Menolias can help here. Varum sent him to the east to investigate the forest.
I'll try to find him.
I'll look for another way.
Hola amigos, Ghost here, and today we continue our journey into Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown. Sargon and the other Immortals are trapped in the time-distorted Mount Qaf. Nevertheless, the group splits up in search of Prince Ghassan. Pushing deeper into the lower city, Sargon faces all kinds of enemies and death traps. This is, until he meets a young girl unaffected by Mount Qaf's distortions. This girl, Fariba, helps Sargon better navigate the world by gifting him an ancient mapping device called the Eye of the Wanderer. With this device, Sargon was able to find several paths leading to different areas of the city, but most importantly, it helped him reach within shouting distance of Ghassan and his kidnapper Anahita. But the way is blocked. Only Menolias' bow could help us reach the next level. Luckily, fellow immortal Neith told us where Menolias is. Varum sent him into the forest east of the city, and thus reaching the forest is Sargon's next goal. Heading east, Sargon finds Rajan in the city sewers, as well as a haven within the lower city in which Artaban stays, unable to continue navigating the city, but still able to train with Sargon if need be. In the haven too is an old lady called the Mage, who can help us with upgrades in the future. Now Sargon must finish up his training with Artaban before heading east to find the forest's beginning. Let's do this! Let's start our chapter by continuing our training with Artaban. Next up is aerial attacks. Learn about the plethora of aerial options at your disposal.
Now for a specialty of yours. Acrobatic techniques. Ready for the next lesson?
I'm always ready.
You know about mid-air combinations, but there are other options. Try to reach the flying enemy.
Easy enough?
You cannot chain attacks after this move, but it should prove itself useful in certain situations. Alternatively, you can aim at enemies directly below you. Mind your position.
Now that's a new way to lift up the enemy.
You can send the enemy up even higher with aerial combinations, rather than sending them far away. This technique is valuable. You can save on time or throw your foe towards environmental hazards. Should you see a use for it, you can also send them crashing into the ground if you prefer.
if I rush to the ground afterwards, I can maintain my flow before they get back on their feet.
For that, you know more than I do. I'm past the age to perform cartwheels at the fair.
Huh. Very funny.
And there we go. Up next, charged attacks. More dangerous for the user, but extremely powerful. Discover Othra charged attacks.
Sargon, remind me what our ancestors said about Athra.
Athra flows through the universe and all living things. As much as weapons are the extension of our bodies, Athra is the extension of our will.
Precisely. You've been listening. Athra can be channeled, intensified in your blades, until they are saturated with energy. Athra-charged attacks have several advantages. They can be destructive, and even increase your focus. Look at you! I can see your Athra radiating. You've embraced the teachings of our ancestors. You've come a long way since I met you. But mastery is a never-ending journey. Now then, focus your Athra in the middle of a ground combination.
Right in between moves. I'll give it a try.
You see that? It's effective at annihilating enemy defenses. And if they do not break, they will certainly be weakened. Are you also able to do that in the air?
I've practiced the technique to crush targets from above. I'll show you.
Perfect. These are strong attacks, and they knock back the enemy, marking the end of the combination. With proper training, Athra, the everlasting blaze, is yours to channel and control.
And there we go. Gotta say, Othra definitely sounds like this universe's version of like Ki or Chi from other universes. Definitely feels like it, at least. Well, it's cool to get a little bit more lore about Othra. Regardless of that, next up is enemies' reactions. Different enemies react with different properties. Learn to recognize those.
No fighting style rules above all. The greatest combatants understand adaptability. Knowing your opponent's strengths is key to bringing them down. Take massive opponents, for example. They react differently to upward attacks. Give it a go.
My strikes knock them back, but they're too heavy for me to lift them off the ground.
Worse still, some opponents can ignore the recoil of your strikes because of their build or magic. You must be vigilant, as this means they can counterattack during your fighting combinations.
Are there even worse enemies out there? None of my attacks have any effect on them.
Not showing signs of pain doesn't mean they didn't get hurt. And careful what you wish for. The Citadel is full of mysteries. We're not out of the woods yet. And one more thing. Some enemies can recover while you're in the middle of your combination. Some can parry your next strike, cutting short your chain of attacks. You can find out for yourself.
I see more and more the benefit of sending the enemy up in the air whenever that's possible.
But you know that's not always possible. The best defense is not always offense.
True words, Mentor. Next up, defensive options. Learn how to use defensive options in the middle of your attacks.
A warrior who throws himself into the fray without defensive skills can win battles, but never wars.
It's not the first time I've heard you say that.
The goal is to structure combat in such a way as to hit the enemy without ever being hit in return. Your dodges, backwards and forwards, allow you to pass through enemy attacks and remain unscathed. Your last strike in a ground combination does not allow these actions. The price to pay for power. You can also end your combination early with a jump. While in the air, you can dodge by doing a backflip. Jumping, while chaining attacks, can also be used offensively. Parrying is the best defense against a head-on attack, turning the table in your favor. Not all attacks can be parried. If you're attacked from both sides, escaping is your best option. Parrying and dodging are not unique to us, Sargon. You can expect enemies who can do the same.
True. Next up, advanced movements. Learn to re-engage combat and keep up the offensive pressure.
You already know this well, how recovering your balance after striking is when you're most vulnerable. After a successful dodge, the odds are in your favor. Launch a counterattack right at that moment.
I could do this all day long.
Attacking from behind is also advantageous, and even more so when the enemy is already engaged. Careful against fast foes. They may turn around and punish your attempt at a sneak attack.
Only if they can match my speed.
You can kick while sprinting to propel the enemy into the background.
And to make a loud entrance.
Sprinting allows you to close the distance. You can still perform an upward attack.
Duly noted, Mentor. Up next, we got the parry. Learn everything about the parry.
Artaban, I want to perfect my parrying technique. What do you have for me?
The art of parrying requires perfect timing and faced head-on. You've learned well. As you may have discovered, projectiles can also be returned to the sender. Do be vigilant. Once more, not all projectiles can be parried. Some moves give you better opportunities to counter. Learn to identify them, and don't miss. Few enemies are able to recover from your Rushaba counters.
Actually, I named them downburst counters.
Whatever you say.
I wish I could parry any attack.
You know that's impossible, even for me. Fortunately, your senses are sharp. You'll know in advance if an attack can be parried or not.
This isn't the whole day's lesson, right?
There is a lesson in every failure. Did you see the effect of the hit you took? That's what you get when you miss a parry and pay for it. Getting hit this way is particularly dangerous, and your Athra focus takes a hit too.
Well, I can feel it in my jaw now.
Well, you gotta learn from your failures. I'm definitely gonna learn a lot from failing to parry properly throughout this series, but we'll see in the future. Athra Surge. The most powerful moves come at a cost. Learn how to channel your Athra and when to unleash it.
Athra, the everlasting blaze, the unifying energy that interlaces the cosmic tapestry. It's the flame that gives and takes, embodying the very core of existence. Its presence and blessing extend throughout the cosmos. By discerning the cadence of Athra's flow, you can better navigate exercises and cures. Athra bestows stability and longevity upon those who seek its guidance. Sargon, your Athra burns brighter with each successful technique, and can be unleashed all at once.
Athra Surge. I've used it before.
Get in position and start channeling it. Conversely, taking hits will break your focus and your Athra will dissipate. Riskier actions, such as parrying and launching charged attacks, are even more effective. Try to parry this enemy, and see how fast you can gather your Athra. Keep in mind that dodging is safer, but it will not build up Athra. Parry whenever you can. Let's talk about the Athra Surge. Since it has dodging properties, it's ideal for counterattacks. It's useful for breaking down defenses, and can stop attacks that are usually, well, unstoppable. Every warrior prides themselves on developing their ultimate techniques, but you can also learn from them. Keep in mind that Athra ignites the soul, gracefully moving through unending transformation, harnessing and charging its strength is merely a single expression of its multifaceted nature.
And there we go.
Fine work. You now know all the basics. Don't forget, you can always visit for a training session. If you learn new moves, perhaps we can figure out together how to use them. Take this for starters.
Ooh, a new Athra surge. Values wave. Release a powerful, unfeeling wave of Athra that pushes back the enemy. The end of the move can be interrupted. Can be triggered from the ground or in the air. Equip your Athra surges at a Wak tree. And if we take a look at the video, it's beautiful. This is the one Athra level 1 that I used the most back when I played this game for myself. It is pretty good at clearing out multiple enemies, and I'll definitely be equipping it once we go to the Wak tree. Thank you, homie.
Good to see you.
Do you have any new things to talk about?
If there is anyone who can figure this out, it's you.
I appreciate your faith in me.
Alright. But yeah, right now we got all the basics done, and there's obviously a bunch of more challenges. About, 5 of them currently. And from my understanding / what I remember is when we unlock more abilities throughout our story, throughout the journey, we'll be able to then come back to Artaban and learn about more technical skills and things that we can do with those abilities. But yeah, for now, we've done everything we can with him. And hopefully he won't go insane while we're gone, since clearly this place is messing with him. Alright, next up, since we have a good amount of crystals now, let's talk to her.
Well,
And we could buy either a Soma tree petal, which will help us gain more health, amulet holder, or we can increase our potions. And I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get an additional healing potion. There we go. Now we have 2 of them instead of 1. And I think with the rest of the money, I'm going... or time crystals. Granted, they're money basically in this game. I'm going to increase the potion efficiency, which slightly increases the healing effect of the potions. Love that little animation she does with the waving her little thing. But there we go. The only other thing we could technically buy is the Horned Viper, but we haven't really faced anything with poison effect damage currently. So I think I'll hold off on getting this. But there we go, we're slightly stronger now because we have more potions and better healing with those potions. And now we're going to go to the tree. And we're going to swap out... Actually, wait, we can't swap out. I forgot. Yeah, once we unlock our second Athra Surge, we now have 2 of them at the same time. So technically, for now, we'll have both of them. But you'll see me use the wave more than the other. Alright. I'm going to save real quick. And then we're going to try and continue on and find the forest. If we can. Alright, let's keep going. Ow, I forgot that guy has a AoE. Whew. There we go. Alright. We have up and down. We're gonna go down first. Oh, there's arrow boys. We gotta deal with them. I ain't trying to get shot at random moments. I think there's another one down there, but let's go here first. I'm gonna grab that, but I forget if there's anything over here. Nope, okay. So if you remember, I mentioned there's these time as sand looking things. This is it. Okay, let the lost sands of time reveal the prophecy. A new side quest, Prophecy of Mount Qaf. And we collect this, which is a new amulet, Arsalan's Glory. Slightly increases melee attack power while in full health. Useful if we don't get damaged, which is hard to do. But if we take a look at this, there's a bunch of sands of time that we have to find, little faces we have to break, and over time we will learn the actual prophecy, and we get rewards for doing so. Actually, if we take a look, side quest: the warrior with dual swords. A fresco abandoned for too long seems to tell a prophecy too quickly forgotten. And so, even though it looked, and then we have to collect 5 to get the current rewards of some time crystals, and that symbol thing. I forgot. It's the health. I was about to forget what it was, but it's the health stuff that you have to collect. And this is only part 1. There's like I want to say 5 parts to the prophecy that you can unlock. And yeah, also just do that. All right, so we were here. We can go up or down. If you notice that I died, just gonna say I kind of got glitched pre-recording, and I got killed by the guy that was right there. But that's all right. So we got up and down. I'm not sure which way we technically have to go. Don't remember exactly, but we'll head down south, or yeah, south technically. And I forgot that up revives the archers. Oh, that's fun. Oh. Gotta kill that other guy because I'm not leaving anything to chance. And I fell to the ground. Alright, now with that, this way's blocked. If I remember correctly, we need an ability for that. This, it looks like a lever we have to unlock that with, and then there's this way. That was my bad. One of our first parkour sections. Okay. And what did you look at? Another one of these. Within the realm of broken memories. And bam. This whole area is clear. We got that. And there's also more area that we can explore down here. Or at least we could possibly explore. That's unlocked. This looks like another area we need some ability for.
Another one of Ardashir's men.
Sargon. How?
You're alive.
So much time has passed.
What? You only got here last night.
One single night that has lasted 30 years.
30 years?
This place is a prison. There is no way out. You must flee.
Where are your brothers in arms?
All lost in the Citadel. All prisoners of time. This is no end for a warrior. This endless captivity. If a soldier is to die, it should be in combat. Free my men. My insignia. Take it. My brothers in arms will give theirs too. When the time comes to release them.
The Lost Warrior side quest is now active. And we pick up Insignia of Persepolis. Nojin was Ardashir's right-hand man, a good tactician and a respected strategist, but he stayed away from the battlefield whenever possible. And if we take a look, it's to the side quest, we have 8. There's 8 in total, other than the one that we just did. So, the Lost Warriors. The only minutes ahead of the Immortals, Adashir's men were trapped in the chaotic time rifts of Mount Qaf. For them, days, months, and years had passed, slowly driving them mad. This is no life for the soldiers of Persepolis to live. And thus, as we go on throughout the map, we'll find all 8 and basically kill them. Give them a warrior's death, take their coins for ourselves, and then, if I remember correctly, we fight a boss at the very end of that side quest. I'm not trying to really spoil it, but if I remember correctly, it's kind of like a mini boss, some type of deal like that, something like that overall, but nice regardless. Alright, let's go this way. A puzzle. And now this does that. And that does that. And then this should give us the reach we need. Voila. Undead prisoner is the boss. And I'm not trying to die first round. I forgot there was a boss around here. Doesn't matter. I'll live one shot of watch Q's montage of me dying 17 times. Oh! Ooh! Ah! I parried too early. Let's try again. I did it again. I did not parry properly. Oh! Oh! Got you! I. Whew. There we go. There we go. And that unlocks that. And we get a Soma tree petal. And we have 1 of 4. So you need to collect 4 in total to increase our health. I don't remember how many there are in the game. I know what certain bosses and certain areas give you an entire petal, or entire 4 petals to automatically increase your health, but there are ones where you have to actually just grab individual pieces of it. So there we go. That took way longer than honestly I thought it would. I did get my ass kicked, not gonna lie, I did. But we made it.
Father! Where am I?
Hey, wait!
Father, what's happening to me?
Wait! Who are you? You just disappeared.
And time shenanigans continue. Now we're seeing little kids getting trapped in the time loop. The Hyrcanian Forest? I forgot how it's pronounced. But we finally did it. We made it to the forest. The very edge of the forest, in fact. And if we think about it, this forest might be massive if you think, because like the title's up here, and we're all the way down here. There might be like up here and all that, but that's for us to find out soon enough. But I will say, that boss wasn't that tough in hindsight, both when I originally played the game and now for this Let's Play. I just kept messing up the timing of the parry, which, as I've already mentioned, I'm going to mess that up way too often. But either way, luckily, we were able to beat him in the end. And let's see. Making sure. Yep, we did this, we did that. We also have a lore thing. Yep, this spirit. So they're called Spirited Sand Jar. That's what they're actually called. And also we have the insignia of Persepolis. I don't think we have anything else. Nope. Alrighty then. Alright, we should have a little bit more time in today's chapter to find the next tree. I completely forgot what they're called. Walk tree. We need to find one of those so we can save our progress. Oh, who in the hell? Oh, I forgot about these enemies. I don't even know what they are. These bastards. Oof, okay, we got one. That's the second one. Okay. They're not as tough as I remember. Cue me dying to them a million times. Alright, I think the tree's over there. But first, of course, we gotta grab this. There's a third! Got your ass. I love those animations for a instant kill. Why am I not able to jump? That for the instant kill for some of the enemies or countering some of the boss moves. It's cool. Those animations are just cool to me. And that should be everything right here. Now let's go to the walk tree.
Hello, hello. Is it the first time you're meeting a whack tree?
I've seen these trees along my journey, but you're the first to speak.
No. I'm not a whack tree. I live in it. There are many whack trees across the citadel. Their branches are a refuge for us. And also a great help for travelers like you.
Yes, I've noticed.
These trees have always been here, since the start of all life. Their roots are deep, nourished by the primordial athra that resonates within all things. But now, the forest suffers. Amidst the curse, a creature from elsewhere sows more misfortune and desolation. Here, take this. You'll need it.
Ooh, a new Athra surge. Athra. Same difference to me. Bauman's breath. Create an explosion and a healing zone that gradually restores health. Nearby enemies are pushed back, can only be triggered from the ground. This is a level 2, so I did mention this. There's levels 1, 2, and 3 Athra surges, and we finally got our first level 2 one. And of course we hold L2 and triangle to trigger it. And let's just take a look at the little animation to the right. It's a pretty cool little ability. I'll definitely try to showcase it at some point soon. Hopefully. As long as I don't forget. But let's take a look at amulets. We do have a spare one, so we're going to put the Asaran's glory on it. Even though I doubt I'll stay at full health for long. I'll keep it. You know what? I will equip the Bauman's breath, and I will also equip Value's wave because I like Value's wave more than the smite ability. And besides that, let's see if this tree spirit has anything else he wants to talk to us about. I'm not sure what these things are and like if they're actually based on real Persian mythology, but it's interesting that it's showing a blend of historical also with this supernatural mythological type stuff with the creatures we're fighting, time shenanigans, bird gods, and now these whatever kind of creatures these are.
Be careful, Sargon. People get lost in the forest. Stay a while. Take refuge with us.
Thank you for the warning, but I'll be fine.
All of the forest is dying. The one in the forest feeds and feeds.
Isn't it the curse that is killing the forest?
The curse, yes. Broken time means broken space. She came from elsewhere through a broken door.
I see. An uninvited creature has come to take advantage of Mount Qaf's misery. It's the same as the enemies of Persepolis. This, I can deal with.
You're a very brave one.
I believe he is talking about a potential optional boss. Not potential. I'm pretty sure it's an optional boss somewhere in the forest that we can actually fight later on in the game. I know I'm technically spoiling, but also not. I'm being vague with the kind of spoil type things because obviously this game's been out for over a year. A bunch of people have done let's plays on it, and I'm not trying to like full on say, "Oh, this is what happens," and this is what happens. I'm trying to be vague with what I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about an optional boss that's in the forest that you can technically skip and not realize you can skip it. At least I think it's like one of those optional things that you can actually just full on skip if you don't fully explore certain the forest. So, yeah. Does this guy have anything else to say?
Venture carefully. The Forest Queen hears all.
I'm pretty sure that's the boss's name, the optional boss's name. Now it's starting to click a little bit. I think that's what they're called. But yeah. Anything right here? Nope. Alright. With that, we have made our little beachhead or bridgehead or whatever you want to call it into the forest. And now we just have to continue exploring it and hopefully find the homie so that we can get him to help us continue on with the main story. So, yeah. And with that, we conclude today's chapter of our journey into the Lost Crown. I hope you all enjoyed today's chapter. I certainly did. Until next time, it's Ghost, signing out.